Hey everybody, it's Scott Travis with Judas Priest, and you're watching CMS TV.
Hello, my son.
Hey, what happened to you, Bob? You were online a second ago, and now you're offline.
I don't know. I was on the CMS, and then the Skype thing shut down on me.
Well, that's okay, Bob.
You know me with computers. No, I had you, and I saw that you were called. As soon as I did that, it just froze up, and I just tried to reopen it now.
Well, when you got a computer with 56K memory, it's kind of hard to run the Winamp and the chat room and the Skype all at once.
You think it's time I do an upgrade here, Neely?
Yeah, you got to get rid of that old Wang that you're using.
Well, like I said, I'm not as pro as the CMS guys.
Yeah, that was proven by this week's edition of the Skull Sessions. Jesus Christ.
Well, Mikey certainly didn't seem to think so.
We're just fucking with you, Bob. Actually, I did listen to the episode, and it was actually very entertaining.
Cool. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Well, Bob, you had huge news this week. We got a
huge. I would call it life-changing news.
we got a blurb from you in the email that you had a life-changing experience, and
oh yeah,
I was very excited to hear all about this. So why don't you fill us in?
Well, some people wait a lifetime for this, and it just so happened last Saturday night, I was deciding what to do, and I was thinking, well, I could sit around home, chat on the CMS room, or go and have a life-changing experience.
Well, you didn't know you were going to have a life-changing experience when you left the house.
No, actually, a friend of mine invited me out. He manages all these old 80s bands and 70s bands, and I moved to Temecula about a month ago, and there's nothing here but like wineries and that kind of stuff. It's kind of like a little wine valley in between L.A. and San Diego. And he goes, hey, I'm going to be in Temecula tonight. I'm going to go check out Missing Persons. I guess he works with the band. So he goes, hey, why don't you come along? And I'm like, cool, that sounds good. So he got me past the tickets for like fucking $80 or something. It's one of those wineries.
$80?
Dude, it was ridiculous. But it's like for the winery, some charity thing. It's a bunch of rich snobs basically that go to these things.
So was it?
I didn't pay for it. He had me on the list. So I go there, and it's just what I describe, my beautiful place. They have it set up in the outside, and all these middle-aged kind of wine snobs hanging around and stuff. And so I meet up with Peter there, and he's introduces me to this guy. He doesn't say his name. He just starts talking to me, and I'm going, this guy doesn't fucking fit in here. Long-haired guy with a T-shirt talking to me, and Peter says, yeah, Bob's a journalist. He does the publicity and this and that. And then this guy starts going off saying, dude, we got to talk. We got to sit down. I got over 250,000 people as friends on MySpace and blah, 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 and keeps talking to me. And then after he leaves, I'm going, Peter, who the fuck is this guy? And he goes, he's Missing Persons road manager. He goes, you probably know the guy. He goes by the name, his name is Victor, goes by the name the Snake Man.
Did you shit your pants, Bob?
Oh, it was like, you seen that movie Highlander? When Kurgan, not your boy Kurgan, but Kurgan in the movie chops off Sean Conroy's head and all this energy runs through his body? It was a similar experience, I tell you. I was flabbergasted.
Yeah.
Words can't describe it. I mean, holy, spiritual, just mind-altering. I was in shock, and I'm thinking, fuck, it's Saturday night. I got to call the CMS, get them in live, and I didn't have your fucking number. in my phone, and I was so in awe, I couldn't remember your phone number, so I'm trying to call you, and I'm like, fuck. So that's why I didn't call last weekend.
So wait a minute, Bob. So let's back up a little bit. You're going very fast. So the Snake Man is missing persons road manager?
Yes.
What does that entail?
Dude, I asked. I go, what? I go, he's their road manager, and he goes, yeah. I go, what? And then apparently he's known the band for years through your good mutual buddy Tommy Two-Tone.
Okay.
I believe.
Right.
And he's known the band, and I guess he was like the last person I would expect to be at this this snobby wine place, is to run into the Snake Man. But my first and only experience meeting the Snake Man, and it was godly.
So, so I take it you didn't have the opportunity once you found out who he was to say, "Hey, I heard all about you on the Classic Metal Show."
Well, it's funny because after he left to go with the band, like I said, when I was talking to him, and he was talking to me for like 10, 15 minutes, I had no fucking idea who this guy was. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? And then when he told me he was a Snake Man, that's about that time the show started. So I didn't really have a chance to talk, and then there was all this shit going on after the show. And we were going to stick around, and I didn't really have a chance to really meet up with Snakey after that. But I got to tell you, just the time Snakey and I spent together, instant bond.
Oh, come on.
Instant bond. I'm telling you, man, Snakey and I are close now, dude. We're bros.
So what does the Snake Man, I'm sure he's just running off at the mouth about how he knows everybody and blah, 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 but what does this guy bring to the table in a conversation?
You know what? He was actually. I got to say. He's. I'm gonna do the Snakey good, man. You gotta give respect to the Snakey, man. He's a great road manager. Takes care of the band, and even Peter was saying, he totally takes care of the band. He does what he's told, and he's out there working them. And I saw him up on stage doing his thing, and going back and forth and doing everything. And it's like, damn, Snakey's got a job. God bless him.
You didn't happen to see any missing persons jewelry for sale, did you?
Actually, I did see Tommy Two-Tone left behind a snakeskin cock ring, which he was trying to pawn off to me, but it didn't fit, so... See, I listen to the CMS. It sounds like you guys didn't even get that one.
Yeah, well, we did. We remember when Tommy Two-Tone said that, yes. But I got to ask you, though, Bob, did he try to sell you some jewelry?
No, like I said, we were hanging out after the show. There was a bunch of drama that happened between the band. We were hanging out for like a good hour, just drinking wine and chilling out, and then we just said, fuck it, let's just bail. So that was my first, and hopefully not my last time to meet the Snake Man.
Well, let me ask you.
That was it. That was basically my experience. But just the time we spent together, I tell you, man, it changed my life forever.
Well, how did it change your life? Tell me that.
Words can't describe. Just being in his presence, it was just a phenomenal feeling. Dude, think about it. You guys have had the privilege and the honor to speak to the Snake Man, but have you ever had that face-to-face meeting with the Snake Man?
No, but the times that we've given him an opportunity to shine, he just came off like a complete goof.
Well, here you go. Check out the Missing Persons tour dates. See when they're playing in town. If they make it out to the Midwest, then you can have your opportunity to meet the Snake Man face to face. And maybe you.
So, Bob, when you were there watching the Missing Persons, were you right up front, banging your head and singing along with all their great songs?
Absolutely. I got to say though, they do have a good band. The band has got great musicians.
Was Chips Enough happening to play with them, or is he still out on the road with Adler? Because he usually plays with Missing Persons.
Hey metalheads, tired of waiting for new episodes? Crave the real raw classic metal show? For just $4.99 a month, you can become a CMS VIP. You get every episode a full week early, completely uncensored, and 100% commercial free. It's the only place to interact directly with the show, plus you score the Fast Pass, so your song requests get bumped straight to the head of the line on every live version. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe right now at classicmetalshow.locals.com and become a CMS VIP today.
Oh, I didn't know that, but no, he wasn't there.
Okay.
No, it was all of these new guys and all these like kind of session guys and people from different bands that she just gets together to tour every now and again, and she looks like hell, man.
Yeah, I know. I've seen her. She's like 50 pounds overweight, and she looks old and decrepit.
They did come in after, like, Snakey was there and a few other guys, and they were talking about apparently there's some big scandal or something with Dale, what's her name, Dale Bozzio, about something with a bunch of cats that she had. I don't know if you heard about that.
No, I can't.
I guess they're supposed to arrest her for cat cruel or animal cruelty she had when she was on tour. She had somebody look after her cats, and then after the tour, some of the animal cops or whatever came in, and all the cats were sick and whatnot. And there's a big ongoing thing about it. So.
Did they happen to find any of those cats half-eaten behind a dumpster?
No, actually, I believe they fed Snakey well that show. Believe it or not.
Oh my God. They didn't happen to break into her house like that guy up there in Dearborn, Michigan, and find 150 cats in the freezer and another 110 or so running around the house loose.
I don't know the whole story, but something similar. She had a shitload of cats. I know that.
Do you know if they fit in the same box as Snakey? You know, the same refrigerator box.
That's something on my next experience with Snakey. I'll have to ask him about that.
Make sure you honk the horn on the refrigerator.
Well, Bob, I don't know if you're familiar with San Diego radio at all.
Not too much.
No, we're going to cover this a little bit later in the show if you're still around. But evidently, KGB 103 or something like that in San Diego.
Yeah, I know that.
They have a morning show on there called Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw or something like that.
Right.
They were actually talking about the Snake Man this week on their show. Literally.
What'd they say?
Well, I mean, you're going to have to stick around to hear it, but they were actually talking about him.
Well, I tell you, dude, Snakey, he's making waves, man.
Well,
I tell you, he's going big time. You better treat him good, because I tell you, man, sooner or later, Snakey's going to be on top.
On top of what? The garbage heap?
He'll be taking over your show, man. He'll be buying your station up just like Clear Channel.
Sure.
Snakey's going big time, man. I'm telling you, man. He's,
Well, he'll have to grab our show from RH Metal, since obviously he's taking it over.
I heard about that, man. So what's the deal with the cage match with RH and Mikey? Is that going to go down?
Who do you think would win?
Oh, I got 50 on Mikey easily. Mike will pounce all over that Arkansas. That Arkansas
Go ahead, say
boy.
it.
Well,
you're breaking up there.
Well, Bob.
Yeah.
Evidently, somebody had sent us an email this week about the Snake Man, and she says, let's see here. Let me see if I can read it for you. She says that, so I've been listening to the Best of the CMS podcast for a while now. I've had no further affiliation with the CMS other than as a listener. To give you a little background on what follows, I have been on Facebook for less than 3 days and have been busy sending requests only to people I know personally. In kind, all the people requesting to add me have been from those I know personally, except one. Yes, the Snake Man somehow made it onto the friends list of at least 4 of my friends.
So now he's conquering Facebook too, huh?
I find it interesting that of the massive face-to-face network these mutual friends and I run in, the only 4 on his friends list are locally celebrated, 1 or 2 nationally known hard rock metal DJs. And of all the shows, parties, barbecues that I've been to with these guys, I don't remember ever seeing the Snake Man in attendance, which leads me to believe that I have never had any previous contact with him. Considering that I by no means am famous, the only reason I think of for him to try adding me is that I've got a vagina. All I can figure is that the other women, and there are many of us in this network of friends, must have put him on ignore too. Danica, doesn't he just look so homeless in this picture and like he gets nothing to eat? Poor guy. Letting the sarcasm drip down my chin.
Wow.
So Victor's busy with the Facebook now.
Apparently, Victor's a busy man, with this missing persons tour. He's got to keep up his contacts.
Well, let me ask you something, Bob. Now that you've had this religious experience meeting old Snakey,
yes,
will you be featuring him on one of your future Skull Session podcasts?
I could only be so lucky. I believe I should get in contact with Snakey, and I think that might be in the works for a future Skull Session.
Really?
Well, Bob, if you want to work that out, I'd be happy to be the other guest.
That might be, you know what? I might actually work that out, because he did want some publicity.
Of course he does.
I could definitely arrange that.
Just don't tell him who it is until we get on the phone.
Well, I was afraid of mentioning you guys to him right there. He probably would have kicked me out of the place.
He might have.
Nice. All right, Bob. Well, we appreciate your insight and your story, and wow, couldn't have happened to a better guy.
Sorry I couldn't give you more detail, but like I said, you just had to have been there. It was just phenomenal experience, and I'm hoping one day you and Chris will have the very same pleasure of meeting the Snake Man face to face.
Can't wait.
All right, Bob. Well, why don't you go ahead and plug your website there and your Skull Sessions?
All right, check it out at roadrunnerrecords.com/Skull Sessions. And why don't you plug Snakey? Hey, Weezy made some killer new bumpers for Snakey. You got those handy there?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Well, I think that might be in order.
All right, I think we could probably accommodate you, Bob.
Well, all right, guys.
All right, Bob.
Good luck with the Praying Mantis interview later. They're funny guys, man. Great guys.
Really? So we got something good to look forward to for a change in the show?
Yeah, hopefully they'll be hyped up and drunk like they were when I talked to them. They'll be a fun interview for you guys.
Excellent. Cool. All right, Bob, appreciate it.
All right, man. Take care, guys.
Bye. How about that, huh?
So we're off and running with a very interesting show.
If you want to donate, and all you got is $1, then go ahead and send me $1. Every little bit helps. Send me $1, I'll send you 2 guitar picks. I'm not stupid. When I turned 18, I inherited a lot of money, and I blew it on drugs and alcohol.
That laugh is the funniest part of the whole thing.
I know.
Like a bad Michael Jackson impression.
What a kook.
Looking for your daily dose of classic metal? Follow the Classic Metal Show on x@x.com/CMSRocks. Get the latest classic metal news, honest opinions, exclusive clips, and full episodes of the Classic Metal Show. Want to interact with the show? This is the place to do it. X is the one mainstream social media platform we actively focus on, making it the best way to connect directly with us. Follow now at x.com/cmsrocks and join the conversation.